Hey, baby. Hey, baby.
Recording in progress.
But good. It's really weird. That was a bit like, yeah, that looked like you had something on your head there, but you don't. It's all
Uh,
good.
yeah, it's my pillow.
Oh,
My
bless you.
pillow.
Sorry about that, mate. Zoom's
That's
now
all right.
deciding that yeah, you can't go straight into another meeting because they know what people are doing. So it thinks about money,
Yeah,
isn't it? It's so annoying. So annoying the way the world is at the moment.
yeah.
Anyway, we digress. Phil, we were having a really good conversation about saying I can't remember exactly what it was now because it was 9 minutes ago. What was it? You were having a bit of a debate, weren't we? About
Um,
this is what screens have done to us, Phil.
yeah,
Short-term memory is gone, shot to pieces. But
yeah,
we were talking about something really interesting, and it was possibly around the whole. Oh yeah, it was around sort of being programmed to believe certain things about BMI and about and it was just kind of get out and do it, wasn't it? I think
yeah. I think my
fundamentally.
advice, and I think your advice would be to anyone, is just go and do it. No one's judging you apart from you. Just don't judge yourself. You've only got one life. Be nice to yourself. Be
Yes.
good to yourself. Put in your
Yeah.
body what you want to put in your body. So if you want to be vegan, be vegan. If you want to eat
Yeah.
carnivore, then eat carnivore. If you want to dance like a ballerina, then dance like a ballerina.
Yeah.
You've only got one life. Just go and live your best life.
Yes, I totally agree with that. And I think there's too many pressures on people. Like I was doing a podcast the other day. I won't name who it was, but they were like, "Oh, so what's your sobriety date?" And I was like, "I don't know." Like, like, "Oh, do you not know?" And I was like, "No, not really, because, like, for instance, I don't generally drink at all, but I did have a drink." Due to societal pressures and the fact that West Ham won the European Cup in Prague, and I was in a situation with loads of friends, and everyone was drunk, and they were like, "Go on, just have a beer," and I was like, "Well, I had one, so does that mean that my sobriety date now changes to that?" And it's just like I don't like. I'm totally about whatever you want to do, but like it's not, there's no pressure like from, and I think this is, we've talked about this so many times before on our Two Bears podcast, where like people are like, oh, you have to be 100% this and you have to be 100% that. And it's actually, no, you don't. That this is another way of control, isn't it? And like,
Yeah,
you're not being a good vegan, or you're not being a good sober person, or you're not being a good gym person. Just be like you say, just don't feel the pressure, do what you should do, try and come out your comfort zone to improve yourself as much as you can, but fundamentally, do you know what I mean, do your thing, innit?
yeah. Be 100% committed to you.
Mm.
Do you. The rest will follow. If you don't think what you're about to say is going to be nice, don't say it. If you're going to have guilt about it, don't say it. If you don't think it's going to be nice or you're going to feel good after doing something, don't do it.
Mm.
But if you think that you might be able to change yourself and better yourself by doing something, whether that's going to the gym, playing golf, playing guitar, doing whatever, then do it. Do it.
Yeah.
You've only got one life.
Yeah, baby. I love that. I love that. Now, Phil, talking about coming out of your comfort zone and doing something that makes you feel good.
Yeah.
You recently did something that you might want to share with the lovely people.
Okay. And I think I've got a claim for a Guinness World Record here as well.
It's exciting.
So yeah, we went to the North Wales. We went to North Wales for a holiday, and we'd made our minds up. This is Viv and her three children, and Quinn and myself, that we were going to climb Snowdon.
Okay. That's
And
amazing.
yeah, well, we were like, yeah, it's gonna be, it's gonna be easy. People do it every day. It's not going to be very difficult. There's going to be a pathway up there, and then Callum, her eldest, was like, yeah, there's a few pathways up there. Some are a bit more difficult. It's like, well, yeah, fine, 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 fine. So
1,085 meters.
1,085 meters. We
Okay.
got to Wales. We had a serious sit down dinner with the kids. We were like, are we all going to do it? Because we were worried, not necessarily with the older two, possibly the older three, but the youngest is kind of 10, nearly 11. And I knew it was going to be a minimum of about a 6 hour climb. Or 6 hours, 3 hours up, 3 hours down, and that's if you're quick. And I thought, yeah, we're walking up pathways, it'll be fine. But I didn't want to get halfway up and then one of us have to turn down and come back.
Yeah.
Right. It turns out the 4 kids pretty much navigated their own way to the top of the mountain. For the first 3 hours, I was like, yeah, boom, I've got this. I got this. And I was kind of not dragging Viv along, but kind of, she was going, I don't think we could do this. I was like, we can do it. We can do it. After about hour 3, the roles completely switched and I'm sitting there, sweat dripping off my nose. And Viv's going, we've got this. We can do this. I'm going, go without me. Leave me here. I'll get mountain rescue. It's fine.
Yeah. So your Titanic moment. So hang on, let's just put these in perspective. How old are the kids for the people who don't know?
So 17, 15, 14 and 10 at the moment as they currently stand.
And the 10-year-old's fine at this point.
Yeah, she's fine. They're
loving life.
Like, I'm not kidding you. They had their rucksacks on and their water, but they're like picking up rocks and taking photos of the view and coming back. They probably walked double the distance because they'd go up maybe 100 meters. And then because it was so foggy, they'd either wait for us or come back down for us and things like that. Viv and myself have taken more tea with sugar breaks than I care to mention. And it got to the point, and I was probably about 50, maybe 60 meters from the summit. And the kids at this point were really pissed off that they were having to stop all the time. And they were like, oh, come on, we're almost there. We're almost there. And I just turned to Viv. I was like, take them now. I'll wait here. I can't do this. Just take them. And she's like, stop being a bloody dramatic brat and get up the hill.
Good man.
So we got up there. We climbed up there. And you know what you were saying about running camaraderie when you get your high fives and your nods. There are certain families that are about your pace when you're going up, and you pass them, and then you stop for your break, and then they pass you, and then you pass them, and they pass you. Where you stop for your breaks because you have to stop and break. And it was really nice. And there are about 3 or 4 families that we were in and amongst. And when you get to the top, and you've all got to the top and you're sweating and you're red faced and you're out of breath, but you're kind of high-fiving and shaking hands going, oh, I knew you could do it. Well done. Oh, awesome job. Well, all that sort of thing. Absolutely brilliant. But it took us in total 8 hours and 15 minutes to get up and back.
Wow.
But I'd like to say, for the record, we went up on the pig trail, PYG, and it was absolutely unbelievably difficult. I was expecting like a little path, bit gravelly, maybe some big stones. It wasn't. It was like massive boulders that you were having to get. I had to literally get hold of things with my hands and get my feet in the right position and pull myself up and then climb it. It was unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. So we said, right, what we're going to do is the minor trail on the way down. So we pigged up, minor back. The difference being is the pig trail is really, really difficult all the way up. So there's like a slow and steady incline all the way up. The minor trail that drops about 700 meters really, 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 really bloody quickly. And then you're left with like a 15-mile walk on a much, much nicer path around the mountain base. It's not really 15 miles, but it felt like it.
Yeah.
So we were going down. Now I've got a photo. I'll send it to you. That looks staged by me and the boys. Viv took it. Me and the boys. It was staged in the fact that we were holding on and looking at the camera, but we had just scaled down that to get to where we were going to. It was actually what we climbed down. It was like, even my brother and my sister-in-law were like, no, that's not what it was like. We were like, yes, it ruddy well was. And then we got to the bottom and there was like what can only be described as like a Welsh type lot. It was like a big, vast amount of water and it was ice cold. And the kids took their shoes and socks off and they went and paddled in it. And I just went down and it was so clear and so cold and so crisp. I just splashed it over my face, all over my head. And it was like amazing. So I'd had a really nice coffee at the top. and then we walked down, and then it was just like a flat-ish walk all the way back, but it took us about an hour and 15 minutes, and it was just amazing. I mean, to say that it was just incredible. We set off about 10 o'clock ish. I think it was about 10:30, and we were back home by about 7:30 eating dinner.
Sleeping well, I dare say.
Yeah, we did. It was more fear of getting cramps in the muscles and things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the next 2 days were really, leg pain was incredible.
Yeah. But, you know, pain is like, what's the cringy saying? Pain is weakness, leaving the body. But I don't believe that. But I do believe that, you know, you're obviously growing stronger through that. So in the long term, it's positive. But what an experience, man. And to do that with family and people you love.
Absolutely. And to know that, you know, we were climbing for up or down for 8 hours. You know, the human body is such an amazing thing. This is going to take us back to what we were just talking about. Anyone that thinks, I can't run, I can't lift weights, I can't do this, you bloody well can.
Yeah.
Because you prove that by doing so. I would never have climbed a mountain a year ago.
No.
And I do believe that all my efforts in the gym really helped. But to have that bloody mindedness of just going, we're going to do this, let's get up the hill and climb, was just amazing.
And I think that's the thing, and that's one of the reasons why you had to be my first guest is, well, A, because we're very good friends, and B, because we've done this sort of stuff together, but C, because although, you know, there's a lot of people listening to this, obviously you'll be tagged in and you're going to send me some photos and we'll put those up of Snowdon and stuff. People don't necessarily know who you are, but I have seen firsthand the journey as you've seen my journey, really, and both of them have, like we sort of said at the start, well, this whole thing, what we're doing is kind of a movement towards being happier, being fitter, being it's well-being, wasn't it? That was the whole premise of Two Bears, wasn't it? Was that we're moving towards well-being. And you've had in your history, and like I say, it's there for people to listen to, and the Two Bears stuff, like a lot of upset, a lot of things that were out of your control that were horrible, quite frankly, and same here. But the thought of you frolicking in a little lake, with your family after, climbing Mount Snowdon is a beautiful thing to me. And it just goes to show that with the right mindset, with the right level of positivity, anyone, wait for it, can elevate themselves, Phil.
Absolutely. Absolutely, 100%.
And I mean, if you were going to, I could talk to you all day really about lots of different things, but I do feel like maybe now's a good time just to think about, what would you, people who are listening to this, they're coming onto this, they're thinking it's a podcast about sobriety, which it is, but what my main thing was that I wanted to create, the point that I want people to be able to, via their sobriety or sober curiousness, if you like, be able to think about how else that sobriety, whatever, can lift themselves up and can elevate themselves. So what would you say, Phil, just in summary, is the most important thing that has got you to kind of, and obviously we're not finished articles, but what has got you to a point where you're, I guess, happy and progressing, aren't you, really?
Yeah. Do you know what? The thought process of, I love the fact that you don't have a sobriety date, because that's, and people will probably shoot me down and argue this, but in my head at the moment, I just think that's a focus on the negative. You're not looking at the time when you were, you're looking at the time that you are. So you're setting yourself little challenges. Can I be vegan for 2 weeks? Maybe, maybe not. But you're setting yourself that challenge. Can I be sober for the rest of this time? Maybe, maybe not. But I'm taking it day by day and I'm moving forward. I'm not focusing on that time. I'm focusing on that. And that's my future. Every day you've got to look forward to. Every day that's gone, it's gone. You're never, ever going to get that back. You are not going to get back the 14th of April, 1994. It's just gone. It's just gone. But tomorrow you can make it yours. If you want to get up and you want to go for a 10-mile run, you can do that. If you want to get up and go and climb Snowdon, you can do that. If you want to get up and have a drink, you can do that, but you can make the choice not to as well. So
Yeah.
it's all about kind of looking at the positives that you're in charge of you. No one can make you happy. Nobody can make you sad. Nobody can make you drink. Nobody can make you eat the chocolate bar. Only you can do that. And this was something that was said to me a long, long time ago. It's kind of when you're dealing with positive handling with children and things like that. It's kind of like, what is it that a child does that makes you boil, makes you really kind of get cross? Is it when they spit at you, or is it when they kick you, or is it when they call your mum this, or is it when they? And everyone has that point. And this guy was like, but it's you that has that control. Is your mum this? No.
Yeah.
So why are you letting it affect you? It's just these tiny, tiny things that you can control. So you could wake up in the morning and go, oh, everything aches. I feel like crap. Oh, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. Or you can wake up with a positive mental attitude and go, right, today I'm going to get up. I'm going to go and clean my car because it needs to be done. I've got to empty out this. I'm going to make myself a really nice breakfast. I'm going to start off good. I'm going to go to the gym first thing this morning. And yeah, that means I'm going to feel a bit tired. But you know what? I'm going to make sure that I have a nice green shake that's going to give me lots of energy. And that's what I'm going to do. Whatever it is.
Yeah.
You can make your own future. And that's all we've got to look forward to. We can't look into the past. A history is history, unchangeable, whether you want it to be changed or not. Like you see in the news with all these people and all these statues that are being torn down. It's a history. It's the past. It's done. We've learned from it. You learn from everything that's happened before. So make tomorrow even better. Go climb a mountain.
Love that, mate. It's a beautiful, positive thing that you've ended on there. So I'm not actually going to say any more about it. I think you hit the nail on the head. And thanks, Phil, for sharing like your story, man. Because I think it's important, and I think that I think it's a good example to people. Thank you, people, for listening to the first ever Liquid Choices podcast. Any comments, feel free to leave them in the section below, as long as they're nice or constructively, what's the word? Constructive criticism, isn't it?
Constructive criticism, yeah. I mean, there might even be somebody out there that can help me see if I'm up for a Guinness World Record as well.
Oh yeah, what was that? Sorry, mate. Go on.
Yeah, being the fattest person to climb the mountain. I'm sure I'm up there.
That's I mean, you have lost, like you say, you've lost a lot of weight, but you can see, Phil, that you're more toned and you've lost. And what I'd quite like you to do, I was going to ask you this off there, but fuck it. Oh, can you send me a photo of you when you were bigger? Yeah. And I'm going to do the same thing, because your face, man, has changed shape, no doubt. That's it. Like you are definitely, and I think it's important to have that visual representation of like what, the journey so far, because sometimes people get bogged down. They go, oh my God, I didn't lose any weight this week, or whatever it is that's upset them. And then they get, but it's like, you haven't seen what you've done. Like what you've done up until this point is massive and amazing. And it's like, like I said, I'm trying this vegan thing, and this morning I've had like some vegan gummy bears and a couple of vegan chocolate bars for breakfast, and this kombucha drink, which is bad, like it's not what I should have had. But I'm also thinking, do you know what? I'm doing my best, so that's what I'm having, and that's that. So yeah, there's a lot to be said for kind of just looking at the overall picture and seeing how far we've come. So let's do that, man. You can send me some bits.
I will do. I'll do that straight away.
Awesome. I'm going to put Phil's Instagram account, Phil_Henry4, I think, from my memory.
Yeah.
But it'll be in there. And obviously, please follow Liquid Choices. Please get involved. You can sign up at the website, www.liquidchoices.com. On the website. And like I say, it's the campaign for alcohol-free options. We believe that there should be better options for alcohol-free drinks across the hospitality sector and in retail. But we're also on a journey of enlightenment, higher states of consciousness, trying to elevate ourselves and trying to, bring positivity to the world, which is kind of what this is all about. So get involved. You can buy some tasty merch if that's your vibe, or just, say some nice things to us, which would be great. Phil, I love you. I'll speak to you soon, brother.
Definitely. See you later. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Okay, that's cool. I'll edit this rest of it out. Thanks, man. I thought it was nice.
That was great. Thank you.
Yeah, good, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. I think it's a nice way to start. And like I say, on a serious note, if you can send me the Snowdon photos, just 2 or 3,
Yep.
just like shortly, like, and maybe if you've got one of your face looking well chubby, and then like
Yep.
your face now, that would be
I've got
beautiful.
exactly the photos to send you.
You're a hero, man. You're a hero. Right, mate. I
No
better get on
worries.
to editing. It's gonna take me a bit of time. But I love you a long time, and I'll see you soon.
Yeah. See you later, bud.
Bye.
Bye.